public, my sweetheart, all of you. I hope you all are doing good, doing exercise and drinking a lot of water, and of course going for a cycling every day in the evening, right? So today, welcome back again to your EVS class. As you know that we are already have started home sweet home. So let's talk about our sweet home. We have already done this warm-up exercise. Now after this warm-up exercise, today in this week what we will do, we will read the chapter. Next week there will be a dictation for the difficult words, so for that you have to start learning of the difficult words and their spellings. Okay, so let's start the reading. Types of homes. Okay, so pencil in your hand, keep the pencils under the text and start reading. Types of homes. We all need a house to live in. I hope you all know how to read it. Let me again remind you the rules of the reading, that the whole sentence you have to read without a pause, but whenever there is a comma or full stop, you have to give a pause. When there is a full stop, you have to stop and then start the new sentence. But whenever there is a comma, you have to give a little pause and continue the sentence until this full stop comes. We all need a house to live in. A house protects us from heat, cold and rain. It protects us from thieves and wild animals too. Now there are two difficult words, protects. Protects. Again, protects. Protects. Thieves. 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 Okay, now you have to write this in your notebook. Next page. A house has a roof, walls, windows and doors. Temporary houses made of wood, mud and straw are called kacha houses. Now keep on underlining. Okay, I will not repeat this again. Keep on underlining the difficult words and let's read again the difficult words. Temporary. Temporary. Houses made of mud, wood and straw are called kacha houses. Such houses called huts are often found in villages. They are not very strong. Permanent houses. Permanent houses. Once again, permanent houses. Read the spelling. Permanent. Permanent. Permanent houses made of bricks, stones, cement, wood and steel are called pakka houses. Do you know what is pakka? Have you ever keep the words or have you ever do the promise to your friends like pakka promise or pinky promise? That means a promise which nobody can break, which cannot be broken, right? So pakka, you can understand this word. Pakka means permanent, which cannot be broken easily, right? So pakka houses means permanent houses, and the houses which is made up of strong materials like bricks, stones, cement, wood and steel. These are called pakka houses. Such houses are found in towns and cities. They are quite strong. They are quite strong. Quite. Quite. This quite doesn't mean silence. Okay. This quite means very strong. They are quite strong. So you should understand that Quite. This is quite means silence. Okay, spelling is different. Here is ET and here is TE. This quite means very strong. They are very strong or they are quite strong. A multi-story building has many floors. Many floors. Okay, if you will see many floors. See how many floors are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 floors. So multi-story building has many floors. Bungalows and multi-story buildings are also called Pakka houses. Now you can understand why these houses are Pakka houses, because these houses are made up of iron, bricks, cement, right? If you remember, we have seen all kind of a material in our live session. So you can differentiate between the strong material which is used to make the house and the material which is very weak and where we from using which we cannot make the floors. Okay. Now most houses have flat roofs. However, in places where there is a heavy rainfall and snow, houses have sloping roofs. See, while I am reading, wherever there is a full stop coming, I am pausing, a big pause, a stop, and whenever there is a small commas are coming, I am giving a very little pause. Like, however, in places where there is a heavy rainfall and snow, houses have sloping roofs. They allow the water and snow to flow down to the ground, right? I hope you are underlining the difficult words. Now, as we have already learnt about this Kacha house, Pakka house, now we have to see the different kinds of houses that we see around the world. Houses floating on water. Have you ever seen the house that floats on the water? Wow, it's so surprising. Yes, once I visited to Kashmir in Dal Lake, then I have seen this. Who have already been visited to Dal Lake? Many of you. Okay, so these houses that floats on the water are called houseboats. They are found in Kashmir and Kerala. So some people must have visited to Kerala and some of you must have gone to Kashmir in Dal Lake and you must have seen these kind of boats. Right, very interesting. Now let's see another interesting house. What is this house? This house is made up of a cloth. Yes, this is called canvas. Canvas is a kind of a cloth from which water, doesn't seeps into it. So it is safe even in the rain or, in windy or stormy climate. These houses can be built anywhere. For example, if you have gone for a camping, or you must have seen many soldiers go for the camping. So they usually carry these kind of canvas cloth, and wherever they temporary houses made of cloth are called tents. They are mostly found in deserts and can be moved easily. Now what are these stilts? Stilts means this wooden poles. What do you mean by stilts? Stilts means wooden poles or wooden sticks. Okay, so some houses are built on stilts to hold them high above the ground, and these houses are 10 to 12 feet higher. Now question is that why it is so high? These houses are found in places that receives a heavy rainfall. Okay, so if there is a water on the floor, so you cannot make a house here on the ground. You have to make a house little higher where water cannot reach. So stilt houses are found in the places where there is a heavy rainfall, like Assam. Houses made of blocks of snow are called igloos. Have you ever seen the igloos? It's a very interesting house, Ice is so cold. How can a person stay warm in these kind of houses? Oh my God, I can't think that. Can you think and answer this question? Okay, so in live session, you may ask if you did not get the answer, or you may search for the answer that how people can stay warm in these kind of houses. It is made up of blocks of snow. They can only be found in very cold regions. So in cold regions and the house is made up of snow. Very surprising. A house on wheels is called caravan. What is this caravan? Caravan, oh, it's a mobile house, like we have a mobile. You know, earlier we used to have the phones which we could not carry anywhere. Then after some years, we got the mobiles and it can be kept in the pocket and we can carry it easily anywhere. That is called mobile. Mobile means that could be moved from one place to another. So caravan is also a kind of a house. There is a house inside this van, and these houses are used by the people who constantly means always, move from one place to another. Now let's talk about a good home. What is a good home? Can you tell me what is a good home? Yes, a good home which is neat and clean. And so let's read today. Good home. A good home is one which allows sufficient air and sunlight to come in. Fresh air and sunlight is good for the health of the people living in the house. Good houses are clean and everything is kept properly at its place. Every room is neat and tidy. Good houses have sufficient plants inside and outside which help to keep the air fresh. There is no place for pests and insects in good houses, as it is neat and clean. Good homes have dustbins in every room and they are used properly. Good homes are regularly whitewashed to make and to keep away dirt and germs. Good homes are those where water and electricity are not wasted. So, let's see, where are we? So, yes. For changing a home into a good home, every member of the home has to make his or her contribution. Good people can make good homes. Now, as we have just read it, we have not understand it. I have not explained. We have just done the reading. So first of all, underline all the difficult words. Okay. So how you will underline the difficult words? Here I have underlined. Now you have to underline your difficult words. How? You will read this again and again, at least twice. This whole paragraph of good home till here, okay, and then you will underline the difficult words on your own, okay.